I would, you mentioned how in many of the stories, Robin Hood was like a nobleman, and after the king comes back, he has his lands restored and all that stuff. According to Wikipedia, in the earliest stories we have, he is like a yeoman, though. So he is not like he is a commoner, but
Oh.
like a higher level commoner. I think they probably could own land, but I think that develop as the story developed over time, they raised him up in status. But I think he was like a yeoman in the earlier stories. So he was a skilled artisan, so like a skilled working class in our language, but not like upper middle class or lower upper class or whatever. Like he
Mhm.
sort of he yeah, he wasn't like a landowner or yeah, a bit. He wasn't as high in the earlier
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah. That's interesting. I want because like I'd have to check the Wikipedia page, but I wonder like who's telling the story? Like what's the audience in the earlier stages versus the later stages? Because if it is a story told to and by that level of society, it would make sense to, sort of have the hero come from that because that's the story you're trying to tell is when you are in this position of middle class, of skilled tradesman, blue collar worker, whatever you want to, call it nowadays. If you're in that class and you feel like the rulership is illegitimate, like how do you what metaphorical tools do you need to realize like to be moved to help the people that need help to maintain what should be a healthy social structure until something rightful comes in, as opposed to trying to just overthrow the whole thing. Because then you're not from the Emerald podcast, you're not feeding the trickster anymore. You're not feeding that energy of everybody needs to eat. You're just destroying things so that something new can be born. And
Mm.
that may or may not, when it's trickster energy, usually it is the birth of something new is good. But when it's power over and trying to just, they're not doing it right, I could do it right. I'm going to try and do it right. Then you have that kind of cyclical repetition that we see, with like um the communist revolution. I think is a pretty good example of Stalin. I'm sure had good intentions at some point, maybe, but clearly they didn't last very long if he did.
Yeah, in terms of the